Good morning to all. Welcome back, dear students. Myself, Mrs. Nympha Mascarenhas, your biology lecturer. So, as you all know, in our previous videos, we have been discussing about certain divisions of kingdom plant, right? So, we have discussed about gymnosperms in our previous videos. So, today I'll only just tell you in a brief about angiosperms, okay? Because as you all know, angiosperms has been deleted from your current PUC syllabus. That's why you can just keep one thing in mind, that angiosperms are the one which consist of flowering plants. Okay, all the plants whichever has certain flowers, they all belong to angiosperms. Okay, and here they also consist of the seed which are covered. But in case of gymnosperms, we saw that seeds were naked. Okay, they were not covered. But whereas in angiosperms, we see that seeds are covered. Okay, and also monocotyledon or ledone and dicotyledon. Okay, these are commonly called as monocotyledons and dicotyledons. Okay, monocotyledons over here resembles that they consist of single cotyledon. Okay, whereas the dicotyledon consists that they have two cotyledons. Okay, this is how this is all about brief of angiosperms. Okay, you need not worry about this. So we'll move to our next topic. Okay, so now we'll move to our next topic, that is called as plant life cycle and alternation of generation. So here basically regarding plant life cycle, we all know certain things. Okay, we know about sporophyte, we know gametophyte, we know gametes, we know spores, we know sporophytic phase and we know gametophytic phase. But here students actually feel that studying plant life cycle and alternation of generation among them is quite complex or difficult. Okay, make sure it is only difficult until and unless you know the meaning of the words. You should know the meaning of the word spores. You should know the meaning of the word sporophyte, okay, gametes, gametophyte, zygote. These all meanings if you understand, then I will just assure you that to remember this plant life cycle, it is very easy for you all. Okay, and also this particular topic which is over here, this is very important from exam point of view and also from the NEET questions. Okay, majority of the questions are asked from plant life cycle because many of the students, okay, 99% students are confused with this particular topic. But I'll try my best to simplify this topic to you so that you can remember. Okay, so when we come for plant life cycle, we actually keep two things in mind. Okay, we know that plants consist of two phases or two different kinds of plant body. Okay, so we know that it basically consists of sporophytic phase or its sporophytic plant body, and it also consists of gametophytic phase or gametophytic plant body. Okay, so these are the two things which you all know previously. So sporophytic phase and gametophytic phase difference is that sporophytic phase produces spores. Okay, this phase which is over here, that produces spores. Okay, so spores are obtained by sporophytic plant body or sporophytic phase. Okay, and keep one thing in mind, that sporophytic phase always consists of 2n number of chromosome, which means that this is the diploid phase. Okay, whereas gametophytic phase or gametophytic generation consists of n chromosome, which is a haploid phase. Okay, so this sporophytic phase is an diploid, whereas gametophytic phase is an haploid. So here sporophytic phase produces spores, and then gametophytic phase produces gametes. Is it clear? See, after this each and everything is clear, I guess. Okay, you get spores from sporophytic phase and you get gametes from gametophytic phase. Whereas you know that gametes are of two types, that is male and female gametes. Okay, one is a male gamete over here and other is the female gamete. Okay, so what happens is the sporophytic phase which produces spores. Okay, so spores are haploid in number. Okay, so do you get over here? This was the diploid number and now it is reduced to haploid number. To have a haploid number of chromosomes, okay, so we know that to have a haploid number of chromosomes, meiosis division takes place. Okay, mitosis division is the one wherein the same number of chromosomes, the same number of cells is continued, same number of division. Whereas meiosis is also called as reduction division because we see reduced number of chromosomes over here. Okay, that's why the 2n number, the diploid state, goes to the haploid number, that is n number of chromosomes. And always remember one thing, that the spores which are produced from sporophytic phase always consist of haploid number of chromosomes. That's why we see reduction and division, that is meiosis. Okay, meiosis division takes place over here and due to meiosis spores are formed which are haploid in number, that is it consists of single set of chromosomes. Okay, so here the gametes which are produced, okay, those are fused together, that is syngamete takes place and the fusion leads to the formation of zygote. Okay, so here this fusion leads to the formation of zygote. Okay, and zygote we know that it is diploid in number. Okay, diploid because n and n over here, okay, the haploid set of male and the haploid set of female gametes, n and n fuse together to form 2n. So that's why we see diploid set of chromosome in case of zygote. So now when we continue the cycle, okay, I'll just draw the lines over here. Okay, we can join this cycle over here. So we can see this is a complete plant life cycle which is all about pteridophytes, angiosperms. Okay, so we actually basically have 5 divisions of plant kingdom. Okay, of which one is algae. Okay, next is bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperms. Okay, make sure over here algae has a different plant life cycle. Okay, so that plant life cycle I'll explain you in detail further. Okay, I'll explain about each and every division plant life cycle. But on the board, the life cycle which I have drawn, okay, that is the basic set of life cycle which you can remember. This life cycle is all about bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperms. Okay, so here the life cycle which I have drawn over here, that consists of bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperms. See, if you understand this cycle which I have simplified you, then I just assure you that you can write this complete answer on your own very easily. Okay, just make sure you have to remember certain things, that sporophytic phase consists of diploid number of chromosomes, that is 2n, whereas sporocyte produces spores. Okay, so sporophytic phase produces spores, but the spores are haploid in number, that's why meiosis takes place. Okay, and then the spores move into gametophytic phase, which is still a haploid phase, because we know that there exist 2 phases, one is sporophyte, okay, and other is the gametophyte. Always the sporophyte is diploid state and gametophyte is haploid state. And that's why, okay, whichever cycle over here, whichever stage consists of diploid set of chromosomes, we can place that particular in sporophytic phase. And over here, whichever consists of haploid set of chromosomes, we can place that particular stage in case of gametophytic phase. So now we can have a division of the phase over here. So sporophytic phase is the diploid stage, and over here spores are haploid, that is N. So it belongs to gametophytic phase. See, basically students get confused over here because they just find the similarities in the words. Okay, the similarity in the words spores and sporophyte leads to the 99.9% confusion among students, because they think that the spore and sporophyte are one and the same. That's why they place sporophyte under sporophytic phase. That is, they place spores under sporophytic phase. But here you have to remember that spores which are produced over here, those are haploid in number, that is single set of chromosome. That's why meiosis takes place, and whichever stage consists of single set of chromosome, that is haploid stage, that is placed into gametophytic phase, and that's why the spores are the part of gametophytic phase. Is it clear? Okay, very good. So now the next stage from gametophytic phase is gametes. Okay, gametes are produced from gametophytic phase, and we know that gametes are haploid in number. So here already we had seen one reductional division, that is formation of spores. So here the same reductional division is continued. To continue the same particular kind of division, we see mitosis. Okay, over here mitosis takes place to form gametes, because reductional division meiosis has already occurred. Okay, make sure meiosis occurs only once. That's why we have seen one meiotic division, that is sporophytic to spore division. Okay, and that's why the same number of chromosomes must be continued, right? So we have mitosis in the gametophytic phase. So to have mitosis, we can continue the haploid set of gametes in case of gametophytic phase. Okay, and then fusion takes place, that is called as syngamy. Okay, syngamy is the fusion of male and female gametes during reproduction, and this syngamy leads to the formation of zygote. Okay, here zygote is 2n number, that is diploid stage, because the haploid sets from both male and female gametes have fused to form diploid set of zygote. Is it clear? So here we can mark the ends that, okay, we can mark a rule over here that sporophytic phase consists of 2n number of chromosomes. So here this is the sporophytic phase. Is it clear? So rest all is the gametophytic phase. Okay, I hope this particular point of view of rough cycle is clear for you all. Okay, we can see that the spores are haploid in number. From the spores, okay, spores are a part of gametophytic phase. Okay, these are the primarily plant sex organs which are formed. Okay, that is spores, and from the spores we see gametes. Okay, so here another confusion is that we see, okay, in case of normal animals we study that gametes are produced by meiosis. Okay, even in case of all the animals, majority, the gametes which are produced, that are produced by meiosis. But here it is quite opposite when you come for the plant kingdom. Okay, in case of plant kingdom, gametes are produced only with the help of mitosis, because we have already seen one meiotic division wherein sporophytic phase produces spores, and spores are haploid in number, and that's why to form the haploid set of chromosome, meiosis takes place. We have already seen one meiotic division, that's why mitosis takes place from gametophytic phase to form gametes. Is it clear? So this particular flow chart which I have drawn, this is the basic point of view which you can remember, so that it will be helpful for you to study further about plant life cycle. Okay, so this is about plant life cycle, and then that is the other thing is about alternation of generation. See, alternation of generation we call in plant life cycle because we have the two basic generation, that is sporophytic generation and gametophytic generation. Okay, so whichever further spores, gametes ಯಾವುದು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವೆ. Okay, once we see sporophytic phase and the next time we see it as a gametophytic phase. So these two phase alternate with each other. Okay, once we see sporophytic phase to be formed and once we see gametophytic phase. In the same life cycle we see two particular phases. That's why we call it as alternation of generation, and which we see commonly in case of all the different division groups of the plant kingdom. Is it clear? So this is about the life cycle in plant kingdom. I'll further explain you about each and every cycle of the plant kingdom. Okay, this is the rough cycle which I have drawn, and I hope it is helpful for you all to remember the different stages which are over here. Okay, I request again, do not be confused by the words which are over here. Do not have a confusion regarding spores and do not place them under sporophytic phase, because spores are haploid in number. That's why the stage whichever consists of haploid set of chromosome is placed under gametophytic phase. Is it clear? So now we can move to our next part. Okay, so now moving on to the next part, that is different types of life cycle in case of plants. Okay, so basically there are three different types of cycle which are seen in case of plants. One is haplontic, diplontic and haplodiplontic. Okay, so by the word itself you can analyze that haplontic is the one which consists of haploid number of chromosomes, diplontic is the one which consists of largest cycle of diploid stages, and haplodiplontic consists of both mixed stages of haploid and diploid set of chromosomes. So here we all know that haploid sets, that is haplontic, is all about okay gametophytic phase. Okay, I'll write it over here again, gametophyte, and 2n is sporophyte. Okay, you just keep one thing in mind, that haploid, the set of chromosomes, whichever stage consists of haploid set of chromosome, that is called as gametophytic stage, or haplontic and diploid. Okay, whichever set of chromosomes are 2n in number, that is called as sporophyte. So here we can call them as diplontic, and the alternation between two, okay, both the stages are equal, then we call it as haplodiplontic. So first cycle I will explain about haplontic stage of plant life cycle or haplontic life cycle. So haplontic life cycle is basically seen in case of algae called as Spirogyra, Volvox and Chlamydomonas. Okay, so what we see over here is there is the stage called as sporophytic stage and gametophytic stage. So these two stages are merged to occur. Okay, one is sporophytic stage and other is the gametophytic stage. So we all know that. Okay, we all know one thing, that sporophytic stage produces spores where meiosis takes place. Okay, meiosis is reduction and division. So from sporophytic stage we see spores are formed which are haploid in number. That's why spores belong to gametophytic phase, because they are haploid in number. Okay, so here spores produce the gametophytic phase, and gametophytic phase, which with the help of mitosis, okay, which is a single division, okay, wherein the same number of chromosomes is continued, the gametophytic phase gives gametes. Okay, gametes are of two types, male gametes and the female gametes, and the fusion of gametes takes place. Okay, and the fusion is called as syngamy. Okay, syngamy is termed as fusion of male and female gametes during reproduction. Okay, so here soon after syngamy we see zygote formation. So here in case of haplontic life cycle, the one and only thing occurs, that is the zygotes which are formed, those are 1 or 2 cell stages, and these are short-lived stage. Okay, this stage which is over here, that is short-lived. Okay, the sporophytic phase over here is nothing but zygote formation. Only the zygote formation is seen and zygote is 2n number. That's why the zygotes which are formed, those are 1 or 2 cell stages, and that's why we see shortest stage of life cycle, that is sporophytic stage. Whereas the majority dominant phase is by haploid set of chromosomes, that is we see spores, we see gametophytic phase, we see gametes. So all these belong to gametophytic phase containing n number of chromosomes, that is haploid set. That's why we see haplontic life cycle in case of algae. Okay, haplontic life cycle is nothing but the dominant phase over here is gametophytes or the gametes. Okay, the gametes are haploid in number. That's why we see the dominant stage over here is gametophytic phase. That's why this cycle is called as haplontic cycle. Is it clear? So here the diploid stage is nothing but formation of zygote, which is very short lived. Short lived ಅಂದ್ರೆ very ಬಹಳ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. That's why this zygote is the sporophytic phase, but it is very short lived. That's why we see haplontic life cycle in case of algae, such as, see examples you have to remember compulsorily. This consists of Spirogyra, Volvox and Chlamydomonas species. Is it clear? So make sure all the algae consist of haplontic life cycle. Okay, algae consist of haplontic life cycle. Is it clear? So now we will move to the next stage of life cycle, that is diplontic life cycle. So we can see further over here. So coming back to the next type of life cycle called as diplontic life cycle. Okay, so here diplontic life cycle is the one which consists of sporophytic phase into the largest quantity or the largest number or the largest phase is called as sporophytic phase. Okay, sporophytic phase is the one which consists of diploid set of chromosomes, that is 2n number. Whereas the smallest stage over here, okay, smallest in the sense we see haploid set of chromosome, that is gametophytic phase. That's why being the largest stage sporophytic, we call this particular phase as diplontic phase of life cycle. So diplontic phase of life cycle is specifically seen in case of gymnosperms, angiosperms and fucus. This is a kind of red algae which we see. So this only algae we find diplontic life cycle. Okay, only red algae called as fucus has the diplontic life cycle. So life cycle, you all know, it consists of one sporophytic phase and another as the gametophytic phase. So sporophytic phase consists of diploid set of chromosome. Okay, meiosis takes place over here. Okay, soon after meiosis we see reductional division. Okay, this is a meiosis. So meiosis, with the help of meiosis we find spores. Okay, spores are formed by the reductional division of meiosis and spores resemble gametophytic phase. Okay, then gametophytic phase consists of the production of gametes. Gametes are either male or female gametes. Then fusion takes place to form, and this particular fusion is called as syngamy. Okay, fusion takes place to form zygote. Zygote is also in turn diploid set of chromosome, that is 2n number of chromosome. So here we see only one particular difference, that is the gametophytic phase is short-lived over here. Short-lived in the sense it consists of either 1 or 2 cell stages, and this is dependent on the sporophyte plant body for the nourishment and nutrition to grow. Okay, so here main plant body, okay, multicellular photosynthetic plant body which synthesizes its own food is called sporophytic phase. Okay, so here the gametophytic which we see over here, that is very short-lived. Okay, gametes are very short-lived, which means we see 1 or 2 cell stages, and this short-lived gametophytic phase depends on the sporophyte for its nourishment. That's why we see diploid stage into the largest quantity or the largest number of the phase. That's why this particular cycle is called as diplontic, because diploid set of chromosomes are seen to the larger number in case of, seen to a larger quantity of the phase in case of diplontic life cycle. So is it clear? So this is about diplontic life cycle which is seen in case of plants such as gymnosperms, angiosperms and a particular algae called as fucus. Only among these three, okay, majority you can see, okay, over here diplontic life cycle is seen in case of, okay, I will write in short, gymnosperms and angiosperms. Okay, so we saw the three division of plant kingdom. First division algae consisting of haplontic life cycle, wherein we saw the main plant body, photosynthetic plant body was gametophytic phase, or the gametophytic plant body was the largest. And then we saw the sporophytic phase to be into smaller, that is short-lived phase was the sporophytic phase. While coming to the diplontic stage, we saw that the largest phase over here is the sporophyte plant body, and the gametes which are produced that depend on the sporophyte for its nourishment. So this is about three divisions which we have covered. Now let's study about haplodiplontic life cycle. So here in case of the next life cycle, that is in case of haplodiplontic life cycle, we have the examples such as bryophytes, pteridophytes, ectocarpus which is one among the algae, and also Polysiphonia. So here we can see that, we can just take the example of bryophytes. So here we can see that the main plant body over here is gametophytic phase. Okay, gametophyte is the main plant body. Okay, so here gametophyte is the main plant body which is seen in case of bryophytes. So this gametophytic phase consists of spores which are the end result of sporophytic phase, but these belong to gametophytic phase because they consist of single set of chromosomes. Okay, very good. And then gametophytic phase produces gametes which are either male or female gametes, and syngamy, that is union of male and female gametes, takes place to form zygote. Zygote consists of diploid set of chromosome, that's why it is a part of sporophytic phase. So here the sporophytic phase which is produced, that is a short-lived independent phase, but it partially depends on gametophyte for its nourishment. Remember, it partially depends, not complete dependent is seen over here, but a partial kind of dependence is seen on the gametophytic phase for their nourishment. Okay, which means that the sporophytic phase consists of the zygote. Zygote depends on the main gametophyte plant body for the nourishment. That's why this particular haplodiplontic stage of life cycle is seen in case of bryophytes. Okay, remember one thing, that the main plant body in case of bryophyte is of gametophytic phase. Okay, gametophyte plant body is seen, that is single set of chromosomes is seen in case of main plant body. Okay, and when the gametes are produced by the union, they form zygote, and zygote partially depends on the main plant body for their nourishment. So this is how the different stages alternate with each other, and you see haplodiplontic life cycle in case of bryophytes. So next, studying about pteridophytes. Okay, so studying next about pteridophytes, we see that in case of pteridophytes, sporophytic phase is the main plant body. Okay, all the photosynthesis, autotrophic nutrition, okay, synthesizing their own food, multicellular plant body, the function of the plant body is seen only in case of sporophytic main plant body. Okay, that's why we say that the dominant plant body in case of pteridophytes is sporophytic phase. That is, they consist of 2n number of chromosome, that is diploid stage of chromosome. Okay, so this plant body produces spores. Okay, spores are produced by sporophytic stage, but spores belong to gametophytic phase because they have single set of chromosomes. Okay, and then gametophytic phase produces gametes. The gametes which are produced from gametophytic stage, they partially depend on the sporophyte plant body for their nourishment. Okay, we saw the opposite thing in case of bryophytes. Okay, this is how we see the main gametophyte plant body depends on the main sporophyte plant body for their nourishment. So we see gametophytic phase is short-lived phase, but during their short-lived phase, they totally depend on the sporophyte plant body for their nourishment. So this is the cycle which we see in case of pteridophytes. So we see that haploid stage and diploid stage alternate with each other. Okay, these are divided equally. That's why we call this particular cycle as haplodiplontic cycle. So here the gametophytic phase depends on sporophyte plant body for their nourishment. So this is how we see the different stages of plant life cycle among the different groups of plants. So we had seen haplontic life cycle in case of algae, diplontic life cycle in case of gymnosperms, angiosperms, and only few algae such as fucus where we see diplontic life cycle. So coming back to haplodiplontic life cycle, wherein we see equal distribution of haploid stage and the diploid stage, we find haplodiplontic life cycle in case of bryophytes, okay, pteridophytes, majorly. Okay, so this is how we can find all the 5 divisions of plant kingdom over here, which alternately divide different stages of life cycle called as haplontic life cycle, which is found in case of algae, diplontic life cycle, which is found in case of gymnosperms and angiosperms, and haplodiplontic, equal distribution of haploid and diploid stage of life cycle is seen only in case of bryophytes and pteridophytes to the vast, and to smaller amount we see in case of algae such as ectocarpus and polysiphonia. Okay, so this is about plant life cycle which you can see, and this is the most majorly asked question every year. That's why you can have your thorough attention for this particular concept from chapter 3. Is it clear? So this is all about plant life cycle and alternation of generation. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me anytime about this, and I request to copy the life cycle which is on the board into your notebooks. So thank you for watching this video.